Hi everyone, welcome to another interview with Peartree Languages. We have a very, very special guest today. Ciera is here
Hello.
from BLS. Round of applause, everyone. Nice to see you, Ciera.
And Jay, thank you for having me.
Not at all, pleasure. How's it going?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. So obviously I'm based in Glasgow most of the time, so it's nice to be up in Cardiff for a change at the office and things like that. So yeah, just catching up with colleagues and
Oh, that's
brought the sun
cool.
with me, I think.
We were just saying actually as well. Ciera's brought the sunshine with her. It's unusually sunny here in Cardiff, so thank you.
Not at all.
So, Ciera, if you want to take a second to just kind of introduce yourself to everyone and tell us a little bit about who you work for and what you do.
Yeah, of course. So, yeah, my name's Ciara. I'm a project manager at Business Language Services. So we've been providing translation, language training, interpreting, and along with many other language services for nearly over 30 years now, across the UK. So my role as project manager kind of varies, usually day to day. But yeah, at the moment we're kind of pairing with some local language training providers, one of them, of course, being Peartree. And yeah, so our collaboration with Peartree has been great in terms of trying to establish English language training specifically for corporate language training within UK and hopefully worldwide, who knows. But yeah, it's been lovely to be working with Jon and Nikki to try and outline our courses and obviously the great courses that Jon and Nikki provide. Hopefully we can get them on board and offer this to a wider, more corporate audience for BLS and Peartree.
Thanks a lot. And that's a perfect segue into what we're going to look at today. It's almost like we planned it. I promise we didn't. But exactly as Ciera said so beautifully then, we work together with BLS, so they're our commercial partners. And what BLS have been helping us with is the idea of developing this kind of national and international corporate
Absolutely.
English language training provision. So if anybody is interested in that, please get in touch. Get in touch with BLS, get in touch with us. And yeah, hopefully we can get into that in as wide a way as possible. That would be really, really cool. So on that note, the corporate English note, we're going to talk today a little bit about some corporate English, business English jargon. What would you say jargon means to you, Ciera? If somebody said, "Oh, that's just a bit of jargon,"
For me, it would be, yeah, like, words that are specific to maybe like a subject or, a subject matter that maybe, it wouldn't be something that you would know the meaning of right away. You might need to do a little bit of research. But yeah, I would say it's words that relate to a specific field.
there you go. It makes perfect sense. So the specific field for today, business English, corporate English, and the world of jargon, exactly as Ciera mentioned, can feel a little bit kind of exclusive sometimes. Uh,
Yeah.
can feel a little bit like you don't have the key to get in unless you know the context or you know the terminology or the jargon
Yeah.
as we were talking about there. So what we thought we would do today is introduce you guys to a few bits of very on-trend corporate business English jargon. And Ciera's going to help you out by just explaining what these really mean,
Yeah.
so that you can get the key to the corporate English box.
Exactly.
Exactly. Right. Find out what all this the wonderful jargon actually means.
Mhm.
So the first one we were going to talk about today is greenwashing. Greenwashing. So if we use it as a noun, would be greenwashing. I guess you can use it as a verb as well, greenwash.
Mhm.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. So two syllables if we use it as a verb, greenwash. What is greenwashing to you, Ciera?
To me, greenwashing, I would say is actually quite a topical word at the minute, I would say, especially within 2025 and global warming and things, if that's a hint. But I would say, yeah, it's when a company maybe misleads um, their audience about maybe the products or the services that they provide being environmentally friendly. So, like a way of, maybe some false marketing to try and suggest that something's eco-friendly when it might not entirely be.
So you say it's always got kind of like a negative connotation for you.
I would say so, yeah, for me, yeah. If I was to, yeah, I think so. I think like, kind of things that maybe come to mind are, fast fashion, sorry.
Mm.
These kind of companies that say, oh, we're sustainable, but actually maybe when you look into how the products were made and things like that, they actually aren't. So yeah, for me, I think within business, greenwashing, yeah, definitely is when a business tries to claim that they're doing, everything that they possibly can to be eco-friendly and environmentally friendly, but often the case that it's just like a way of for them to like market themselves and to gain audience, like gain new clients. But when you kind of do a bit more digging, it's actually not the case. And they maybe just trying to lead a kind of false impression of themselves.
Okay, it makes perfect sense. And
Mhm.
exactly as Kira said, yeah, do a bit of digging. Always worth doing that.
Yeah.
If you're trying a product or a brand or a company and you think, oh wow, these guys are very sustainable, very eco-friendly, just do a little bit of digging, a bit of research, just in case it's just
Yeah.
washing.
Yeah.
Awesome. That would bring us on to our next one. So slight change of focus here. So here we've got Boomerang Employee. So Boomerang Employee. So this would be a compound noun here. Got two nouns together. Interesting noun to start with here, the boomerang. So who would a boomerang employee be for you, Kira?
Yeah, so a boomerang employee would be someone that would maybe leave the company at a certain time and then maybe return a year or two, or how I'm not too sure in terms of how long the time needs to be in terms of when they return. But they usually, when they return, are coming back bringing new kind of skills and experiences to maybe take on a slightly different role or to aid the company in their development in a different way. So.
Okay, so this one for you, this definitely has a more positive vibe than greenwashing.
Yeah, for me, yeah, because I think, yeah, for me, this is, and a boomerang employees, like, it's maybe like a nice, thing to see a business kind of keeping in touch with maybe former employees and looking into how that former employee has continually developed professionally. And therefore, when maybe whether they apply for the same company, a new job or a new position, it obviously the new skills and things that they have the company are very much interested, and obviously they already have that relationship with them, so kind
Yeah.
of works in everyone's favor, I think.
Okay, cool. Nice to have a more positive one
Yeah,
there. So boomerang
definitely.
employees,
Yeah,
if you've got a boomerang employee coming back to you, that's a good thing.
yeah,
And if you're wondering what a boomerang is, by the way, so this is this kind of sort of like a frisbee in a way, but it's shaped in such a way that, in theory, if you throw it right, it comes straight back to you.
exactly. So yeah,
Hey, have you ever thrown an actual boomerang, Kira?
an actual boomerang. No, definitely a frisbee, but not a boomerang, I don't think.
No, no, same. I'm just thinking probably if I tried it, I'd be the one person who wouldn't be able to get it to come back to me. It would
Yeah, or
just
I would
keep
have the
on
fear
going.
of hitting myself when it comes back.
Or you'd be too successful.
Yeah,
Exactly. So we'll stick to boomerang employees instead of literal boomerangs.
yeah.
So it is a Wednesday today, but we're going to talk about a different day of the week now. So this is an interesting one. We've got bare minimum Mondays. Okay, so this is a phrase here. Obviously, we've got an adjective there, and then we've got minimum as a noun. Mondays there. Use it all together as a phrase. Bare minimum Monday. What is a bare minimum Monday for you?
So I think bare minimum Monday is a kind of, I would say, is a newer kind of term within business. I think especially after the effects of COVID and, really businesses focus on people's mental health and well-being. So usually bare minimum Monday suggests that the company or the employees kind of focus more on the essential tasks that come into play at the start of the week and instead of kind of, trying to take on too many things and too many bits all at one time. And I would say it was probably like a way of trying to limit the Sunday scaries, if anyone knows what that is. So Sunday scaries being that kind of dread of, on a Sunday evening going back to work and thinking of all the things that you have to do and get off your to-do list. So I think, yeah, business, bare minimum Monday, sorry, are a way of a company trying to kind of get rid of that anxiety, on a Sunday
Yeah.
evening and kind of push for the employees just to narrow down what they have to do for that day and kind of more on a kind of essential workload.
Okay. So is that something that you try and do at BLS to have kind of bare minimum Mondays if you can?
I suppose, yeah, individually we all might try and do that, but it can be very difficult. It can be very difficult. I think it would definitely depend on just like the week before, the workload in general for that week, what you've got coming up in your calendar and things. But yeah, I think it is important to just on a Monday, especially, even if it's not necessarily, narrowing down your task, but just like taking a moment and just thinking, right, let's prioritize a couple of things and just take a step back and trying to like not get too stressed out about what's ahead.
Yeah, totally.
Mhm.
And a bonus item there for you, Sunday Scaries too.
Yeah.
There you go. So you got one extra for free.
I did, yeah.
Thanks a lot, Kira.
No problem.
So we got a couple more left for you. So Kira mentioned a little bit about how the world of work has changed, especially since COVID. And obviously the kind of the digital turn, the online turn has been a big part of that. So the next one kind of ties into that. So this is digital nomad. So we've got the adjective digital, then we've got nomad, which is a noun there.
Mhm.
This is a term which has been kicking around for a few years now, but it's definitely one which is still pretty popular.
Yeah.
Why would you say it's still a pretty popular term? What type of person are we talking about here with a digital nomad?
So I would say myself is a bit of a digital nomad in the sense that I work from home majority of the time in
Mm,
Glasgow and travel to Cardiff now and again to meet up with the team and for meetings and things like that. So obviously I'm working in a complete different location and relying on technology. So for me, a digital nomad is someone who, works remotely and does maybe a little bit of traveling so that they can work from wherever location they're in. But obviously it's more like, the fact that technology is that way of keeping us all connected and still being able to earn a living whilst being in different locations. So yeah, with COVID, obviously we all ended up being completely reliant on technology and well, most workers anyway, being completely reliant from working on home and on technology. So yeah, for me, a digital nomad, I like recognize myself a little bit in that term, definitely. And yeah, I think the shift after COVID, a lot of places still work hybrid.
mm.
So most employees can do 2 or 3 days in the office or 2 or 3 days at home, depending on the company. But yeah, I think, yeah, definitely I think it's been a really good benefit for a lot of people in different ways. Again, kind of tying into that, expectations of, on the Monday morning, the Sunday scaries and things. I think it's a way of kind of trying to get that balance and not having that overall just anxiety of work.
Totally. Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. I
Yeah.
think that word was perfectly put. It definitely being a little bit of a digital nomad myself too. So I come into Cardiff, so kind of like Kira, but not from quite such a long distance.
Yeah.
I come into Cardiff and work here with Nikki at our base here a couple of days a week. But then the rest of the time I'm working from home as well. So a little bit further down the road. So definitely, yeah, the hybrid move has been a good thing. So we're both
Mhm.
digital nomads in a way.
Yep, we are.
That brings us on to our final one. So here we've got something called career cushioning. So again, that would be a compound noun, but I guess you could use it as a verb to career cushion. Couple of interesting nouns in there. What does that mean to you, Kira? If somebody's career cushioning, what are they doing?
I would say, everyone, you might find a little bit uncertainty, sorry, in your career or in your journey professionally.
Mhm.
So a lot of people like to be proactive and like develop, new skills, kind of building not a backup plan, but I suppose you could call it that, just to keep yourself, maybe safeguard against your career a little bit, just to make sure that you've got maybe other things that you could delve into should you need to. But I think it's kind of funny because like people might see that as a negative thing, as if like you don't enjoy the job that you're doing in that time.
Right.
But I actually think it's just a way of kind of professionally developing again. It, it kind of leading in again back into the Boomerang Employee and kind of tying in with that if you are able to, continue to just develop your skills and experiences, whether or not maybe a career works out or not, you still have that round, like, that kind of that ability to be able to adapt to other things.
Mhm.
So I actually see it more as a positive thing that you're kind of continually developing your abilities as an individual.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. So kind of more adding more strings to your bow rather than kind of
Yeah, I see
preparing
it
like a
more as a
parachute.
positive thing. Yeah, I think, it can, I think it's more to help you like navigate, sorry, like the job market and your maybe your transition to a new path or a new position within the company that you're working for, and just kind of preparing you for any potential career challenges with the kind of support from new abilities and new experiences that you've gained.
Amazing. Thanks a lot.
No problem.
It's been really cool chatting to you about all
You
this.
too.
Hopefully, this has unlocked a little box of kind of corporate jargon
Yeah.
for you guys who are watching. Thanks very much for watching with us. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe so we can keep making these videos for you. If you want to get in touch with us, if you would like any type of corporate training, English language training, you can get in touch with us on the WhatsApp. It's right there, peartreelanguages.com, the website. We're on Insta and Facebook as well. Do you want to give us any kind of BLS contacts, Ciera?
Yeah, of course. So, by all means, you can reach out to Business Language Services. We're based both in Cardiff and Glasgow at the moment. So, if you get in touch with our email address on our website and maybe quote language training or corporate language training, we'll be able to put you in the right direction and get in touch with Peartree about offering you those courses.
Amazing. Thanks a lot, Ciera. It's been a
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Hopefully, we can do it again sometime.
I'd love that. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.